no need to be so disappointed, you know? I mean, I told you that was gonna happen eventually. See, Peak is into like numbers and stuff, and especially sequences of numbers. So there were 666 followers on one of his social media accounts, and I'm like, dude, you're wicked popular. Don't get like scared. The devil is not coming to get you. And I couldn't talk him down for like a week, so I had my mom and a couple of uncles follow him. So now he's up to 669, and he's calmed down. You know, I have to live with Pika. You know, I just accept Pika for who Pika is. You know, I've had to make hotel reservations at a swanky place for January the 23rd, 2045, because on 1/23/45, he intends to party all day. I hope you got someone to push my wheelchair, kid. Pre-recorded live before a studio audience of stuffed animals. It's time once again for the comics coffee table. I live down the street from a fire department, so if you hear those sirens, well, those are firemen and fire ladies and fire beings. No Charizards, no. On the way to a call. So come home safely, boys, girls, and anywhere in between in this grand spectrum of humanity where you identify and find yourself trapped. No, whatever, dude. I'm just love all, serve all. I worked at the Hard Rock Cafe for about 8 years. Yeah, that's a Hard Rock Cafe pin. We're not messing up the audio. Tend to do that. That's called a guitar pin. Those had a collectible thing and some kind of FOMO, and people would give money for them and speculate value. Interesting stuff, huh? Collectibles. Such as our comic books, Funnybooks, Floppies. You know? We have our very own comics coffee table, and we come here every day, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern, daily, for our daily geeky chill stream. It's really nice. And thank you so much for showing up. If you've arrived at 3 o'clock U.S. Eastern, you can find the live chat premiere is usually a very hopping place. And we're very grateful for that we have Comicbook Shop-Style Conversation daily. Also, you can leave a comment in the comment section. Continue this Comic Book Shop-Style Conversation. And yeah, we assemble here, such as those, such as the Justice Team does in their House of Goodness is I don't know. I just read the show notes. This is Pika, my executive producer. This is Drinka, the microphone boom and camera operator, and that's Canadian Bear, the studio audience, and I'm the talent, and I just read Pika's jokes. He makes extensive show notes. I have to not just read them, I have to initial them and sign off. I've a receipt that I've okay, shut up and read the show notes. The coffee table was always where my friends and I would congregate, would hang out, have something to eat, take a break with a cuppa, whether it's a cup of coffee or a mug of beer. From our Boston studios. Yes. Boston born and bred. That's right. And if it's brown bread, then give me some of those Boston baked beans to go along with them. Here at our comics coffee table, where my friends would meet, and we would always have a stack of books. Get smarter. Read books. You know, not just you can read the correct books. We'd have a stack of music. Stack of games. And stack of movies. I like physical media, what can I say? And a stack of comic books. Yeah, you remember those. Good job we did. Bagging, boarding, boxing. We are rebagging, reboarding, reboxing my entire comic book collection. Ugh, because all of these old boxes need retiring. Yeah, and so, well, let's give ourselves a project and be productive while we're at it too. Since I'm literally handling every single comic book I own with and where did the bags go? Oh, there they are. Getting new bags, new boards, and new boxes. And I'm getting these all at my local comic book shop too, because it's important for us to spend our money there. I start off every episode with the spiel. It's a bit, and it's how I fill up. It's not just how to fill up a couple of minutes of programming. It's also important messages. From the producers and the channel, and the important messages could be commercials. We would have these breaks in the programming when I was a small person. And please stay tuned for these important messages. And you would just get a commercial for dish detergent or something. But you would also get the news, and you would also get your stories and your serials. And where was I going with that? Who cares? But where I do care where you're going with this, and where I'm going with this, is my local comic book shop, where I have disposable income, and I don't have to be buying things from my big box stores or the online supply chain. There are mom and pop shops, brick and mortar shops, stores in our villages, in our cities, in our towns, in our squares. I got a main street. Actually, it's called Broadway, and there's a Broadway. There's an Elm Street. There's a College Avenue, and this is my town, USA, or you could be from Canada or from Saudi Arabia. Actually, I've looked at some of those statistic thingies, the little maps with the lines and the numbers on the YouTube page, and wow, we get audience in Saudi Arabia and India. Wow, talk about World Wide Web. And hopefully you have a comic book shop there too, where you live. And if you do, go there, spend your money there. Especially if you can afford it. Don't be just reading comic books. I never read comic books online. I actually kind of hate reading comic books on a reader. I have not gone digital yet. I'm an antediluvian throwback to the 20th century. I don't take any pleasure in a digital reader. Is it a bias? No, it's a taste, which could be a bias. I mean, geez, people are full of biases. I love the whole analogy of the 5 tastes. We all taste the same. A typical human being can taste the 5 same things. I said typical. I didn't say normal. All right. I don't know. Intrinsic switches. But keep your, you know what I mean? That's right. A lot of it is not being Jesus handing the Romans the nails for the cross, but I digress. But a typical human has the same 5 taste senses. Was it sweet, sour, salty, savory, mama's cooking. I'm a chef. I should know this. But why do I like something and you don't like something? Why do I hate liver and when my mom loves it? Why do I love bacon and you may hate it? Why do I think something tastes great and smells great while you're repulsed by it? Is that a bias? Or is that just the fickleness of being a human being? And that's how humans are. In this an assemblage of senses that just like and dislike things, huh? Sounds really spiritual. On that note, I'm gonna have a sip of coffee. Well, let's get to it. We are reboarding, rebagging, reboxing my entire collection. And like I said, along the way, I'm literally handling every comic book in my collection. And these past couple of months and for the foreseeable future as well. We will eventually run out of comics, but we shall never run out of things to what? It's a two bald. We'll never run out of things to talk about. This is O Sensei. He invented Aikido. It's true. This is an old T-shirt. I mean, Peek is like, "What are you going on my show dressed in an old T-shirt like that?" And I'm like, "It's blessed. It's holy." Those are air holes. It's a little warm being in June. Just getting starting to say ventilated. Speed holes makes the car go faster. That's a Simpsons reference. I'm going to be handling every single one of my comic books, my floppies, my funny books. And along the way, I'm wrapping my head around how to grade them and their value. Why not? I'm learning so much about my comic book collection. I'm learning so much about how to buy back issues better. I mean, there's a point where you could be really interested in something, an old issue, to be reunited with an old friend that you haven't seen in 30 years. And you can be like, "Hey, do you have final negotiating power here? Because I'd like to buy this magazine, but I'm seeing like dings. I'm seeing, oh, you got a small spine crease. You got a corner. You got did you see this tear? It's like, I don't think this is an 8.0. I think this is more about a 6 point, a 6.5. Can I get you to take this price down a little bit?" I mean, I feel as though now I know more about the quality of grading and of back issues. Should I, will I negotiate the price of funny books? And I should, and I will, and I will in the future. I never really have. I've never felt the bravery. But let me, I was at the last con I was at a couple of months ago, and I'm, in the dollar bin, and somebody came, it's obviously come back. It's on Sunday as well, so they could have seen it yesterday early. So they've come back near the end of con. That's like, and pointed out the thing that, and the shopkeeper, or the person running the booth got on the phone, be like, "Okay, we can take off, how much? Okay," and like they made a deal. I'm like, yes, we can make deals on this level as well. They're not just, it's not like going to the big box store or the online supply chain where you can haggle a price. Maybe I should do that with my supplies. If I buy 3 of these, can I get like 10%? Can I get the pull? They get like, "Hey, I need to buy 5 of these. Can I get a discount?" I'm going to do that next time. I'll let you know if that works, because I need boxes. I would buy 5 because I will need 5. I like being a comic book fan. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. And this book too. So there are links to both of these books in the description to their online supply chain. But also check out your local comic book shop and ask. Maybe they can order it for you, and you can pick it up there. These Overstreet guys are a part of me being a comic book fan going on in the future. I mean, I'll always get the new Overstreet. I think it's important. What's also important are boards. Yeah, you jerk. You should have been using boards the entire time. I have very few regrets. This could be one of them. When I saw Star Wars Legacy #1, and then compared to its condition, and being left without a bag, without a board, in my long box all that time. All right, let's get back to it. This is a great example of why we're getting new supplies. I need some new supplies. Hopefully you do too. You probably do. So hopefully something like our little show here and our daily comic book talk has inspired you to just start picking up your supplies at your LCLs, where, they could use the business more than anyone else in this world. You need good supplies too, and they need good business. See, it's the symbiotic relationship of the Naboo and the Gungans again. So yeah, this is the DC long box, one of my 7 or 8 long boxes. This corner is completely blown out, and it was supported with a little bit of duct tape, which then was supported by a little bit of masking tape. And I'm gonna blame this on Pika. Yeah, why not? Why not? Awesome. Let's see. What are we getting ourselves into today? What are we stepping into? Here's a stack of funny books. Yeah, we're just boarding, bagging, and talking about funny books. And I like talking about funny books. I'm glad that you guys do too. And I like to appreciate little things, especially like art. You're getting a little heavy there, kid. You can go sit on your mom's lap. All right. I've got a stack of funny books. Yay, funny books. Modern funny books, too. Not too modern, but they're from 2007. We've looked at these before a little bit, and now it's time to, we did a big thing where we just opened up every single box of comics that I had. And we just went through them like a review. And now I'm going to be like, okay, you could definitely use a new bag. You feel, this feels a little different. Yep. And we all know what we do here is we take one bag, we just crumple up the others, and fill up that bag with your old ones. And I don't know, it's just really stupid. Like, I had a couple of those bags on the floor and I slipped on them. Got hurt. And that could have been avoided. But it's a geek injury. But, it might be more common than what we think. If the probabilities left it exposed to me, then, what about you? So, please don't put your Mylars or your polypropylene bags on the floor when you're done with them. I have a plan. Indeed. We got 2 funny books here. Let's look for some dings. So we look at every single one of these O'Sullivan comic books has spine roll. A moderate amount of spine roll, I would guess, at this point. I'm still trying to figure out, like, if every small crease, it's not really a crack, is it? Or is that a crack? Because it's kind of cracked. Or is it a crease? See, different levels of terminology. I'm still learning. We got a corner. I would call that a corner. A ding in that corner. Yep. And I need to learn more about pressing too. About like, so if you got a little bit of a warp in that comic book, there's a way to to justify that. Justification's actually a printing thing. It's a I was going to say a way to write that, but I mean, I don't want to get in trouble for saying the wrong words, saying that right is right. Or what? I don't see. We don't fall for stuff like that here on our station. We leave that's. We might be online, but that's like an online argument, you know. Here we go. We have our new bag, our acid-free board. What's the importance of changing your boards? I guess it would because maybe over time the board itself has done its job and maybe has absorbed acids or the humidity in the air. Here we go. Written by, oh, we didn't even look at this one. We'll look at the next one. This was $2.99 for an issue 1 in 2007. I think the median price now is $3.99. 2007. I just find this stuff fascinates me. So this is April of 2007, and this is what is it, $2.99? I'm looking at the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics CPI inflation calculator. So $2.99 in April of 2007 is $4.39 today. Take it as you will, I guess. And yeah, inflation. But that sounds very close to the price of today's comic books as well, being at $3.99. You know, it's just, you know, it's 40 cents off. Sometimes you put the piece of tape on wrong. Just, you know, take it off and do it again. Just look at these beautiful George Perez covers. Now, George Perez did 10 of the 12 of these issues. Jerry Ordway helping out right at the end. There's a story to why Perez didn't finish this, and that's a story for another day. That is a story for another day. These are beautiful comic books. Now we're going to look inside one. Because why? Because we love comic books. We love looking inside of these things. Oh, we got a corner there. See, dings. But guess what? The other hand. See, that's a ding. So we add there's some spine crack. There's some spine roll. And it's a little bit warped, but that's like I said, pressing can help with that. There's a little bit of wear in the cover up top there. We can see that, can't you? Over the 3, I can see that. Yeah. And all of these add up, and will eventually then these all the dings take away from the overall 10-point score. But this is it's in pretty good condition. But from all of the good condition comic books I've seen in dollar bins, I mean, I've no clue anymore. I mean, so when it comes to like speculating about, you know, what this could be worth or what the grade of these actual funny books could be, I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know. I mean, there is I don't know. I'm asking questions. I get in trouble too a lot. Not anymore because I'm an older man now. I mean, I'm mature. I know when to ask things and how to ask things. was a young firebrand. I really embraced my mischief energy, and also my ability to take a punch in the face helped my brazenness. A bit. But yeah, I mean, how many good comic books have you seen in the dollar bin? But yeah, let's look at the ads, because I love looking at the ads. So we have a Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game advertisement. Card games are still popular as ever. I don't play them, but someone I know does. I'm not saying you have a gambling addiction or that, you know, I just don't, I can't keep my wallet or my cards around you anymore. Not ever since that day that you found that hollow Mewtwo, import. I couldn't even read the darn thing. Yeah, $750, man. I don't get you sometimes. What? Oh, hi. No, just kidding. That's the ooh. Now see, look at this beautiful this cover. Now this is more like a modern comic book than other ones. I mean, it's got a nice cover to it, and I'm fascinated with publishing, with different paperweight, with justification. What is justification? We mentioned it. Well, justification is aligning the columns of text, and you have and the letting in between the spacing in between the words, have to be pleasant. At the same time, you have to adjust them ever so slightly so your margins stay flush. Yeah, stuff like that, huh? This is the Indicia colophone. This is Brave and the Bold 3, June 2007. Funny because it does not say Brave and the Bold Volume 2. Brave and the Bold started, you guessed it, we're reading this from the Wiki. That's right. The first volume ran for 200 issues. I grew up with Brave and the Bold as a kid, and it stopped when I was 10 and 10 or 11 years old. So that was something I literally grew up with. The first volume of the series ran for 200 issues from 1955 to July of 1983. Originally, The Brave and the Bold was an anthology series featuring the adventure tales from past ages with characters such as the Silent Knight, the Viking Prince, the Golden Gladiator, and Robin Hood. But with issue number 25, the series was reinvented as a tryout title for new characters and concepts, starting with the Suicide Squad, created by Robert Knider and Ross Andru. Gardner Fox and Joe Kubert created a new version of Hawkman in issue 34, that's February-March of 1961, with the character receiving his own title 3 years later. Eventually, Brave and the Bold becomes like the Batman team-up issue. So you have Batman plus whatever character he's teaming up with that month, and usually a character they want to put over. That's like a wrestling term, meaning like making someone big instead of taking or instead of keeping someone down. I guess today we would probably call that like amplification, perhaps. Like on social media, people get upset if you like the wrong thing, if you heart the wrong thing, or retweet the wrong thing, because you're guilty of amplification. If it's to use that in the wrestling terms, what you do is like you're putting over something instead of like not caring or keeping down. You're putting over, and are the two equatable? Don't know. Bag bored. And I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're clobbering your problems and not being clobbered by them. Yeah, let's just finish up looking at some. Oh, look, see, and this is the next month too. Then, so we got Supergirl versus Lobo. See, Lobo is brought in halfway during this tale, and that will segue into the next tale. And by the end, it's all one adventure. But look, Hubba Bubba Bubblegum in 2007. So like, if we don't get ads like this in comic books anymore. If you ask, who is this book written for and sold to, I say to you, I say to thee, the answer could be in the advertisements. Like, but then you have this advertisement, and this is on the inside back cover. This is prime ad space by the Ad Council, and how to save energy. Maybe this is like, is it trying to, get a kid to get why dad's yelling at him about the thermostat? Or well, look at this, Ratatouille. Is it the video game? That's the video game version of Ratatouille. But look at that. Look at that art. Look at this awesome George Perez art. This is great. It's like they're fighting the Fatal Five from Legion of Superheroes. I guess, and the other, and let's see, more ads, please. Yeah, and see at the end of this, boom, the Legion shows up. But which Legion? This is the Reboot Legion, or is this the 3-boot Legion? See, my Legion, I think this is the 3-boot Legion. I'm pretty sure. I should know my Legion a lot better than what I do. But then there are 3 Legions out there. The 3-boot Legion is from what it comes to be Earth Prime, Superboy Prime's Earth. And there's the original Legion, the one I grew up with, pre-Crisis on Infinite Earths, post-Crisis on Infinite Earths, and then there comes a new Legion. There's the second Legion, which was fun. It has that has a lot of fans as well. Not sure about the 3-boot Legion. So we have, Grant, 2007, 15 years later, this same book is being pimped. Why? For different reasons. James Gunn has announced that this is going to be one of the books that the new movies will be based on. We're going to have a Batman and Robin story based on this Grant Morrison, Andy Kubert, John Van Fleet book. It was a really good book, too. The introduction of Damian Wayne. We have Flash. This is the death of Flash in the countdown. Yeah. Look at that great panel, though. Supergirl using her X-ray vision, seeing a battle between Ranians, Thanagarians, and we have Adam Strange and Green Lantern. I just love George Perez. Hey, look, more house ads. Black Canary. More Green Lantern. Yeah, more house ads. House ads, house ads. So we have very few product. I mean, like product placement ads, such as for things that people want to buy. Superman. Wow, look at this, man. All these ads. House ads. I wonder if this, and here we have, well, at least we have, it's a video game ad, and of course, if you like this, it's for your Wii. Battle Revolution. And up. And some Scooby-Doo related Nestle push-up pops. Yeah, I love looking at the ads. They are a window into the past. Like, seriously, nothing brings me back quicker than a jingle or an old ad. Heck, I was watching an hour and a half of old MTV music television on YouTube just yesterday in the background. And for copyright violations, most of the videos were taken out. Oh, tape's out. Oh, wow. Well, were cut out, so it was mostly old commercials and the VJs doing their video jockey thing. All right. Well, thank you so very much for tuning in today. We've been talking about comic books. We're reboarding, rebagging, reboxing my entire collection. We talk comic books daily. At 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern Daily is the premiere. Catch us in the live chat. Leave a comment in the comment section. Like and subscribe. I would love to earn your subscription. And we will see you again tomorrow in those funny pages. Ciao. Bye-bye.